What's up, Duty Games fans? This is Aaron THQ Tank Coffin back to you once again with our weekly developer Q&A for W12, and I'm joined by @Real Corey Ledesma. How you doing?
That's my name now, yeah.
That's your real name, yeah.
I'm doing well.
Who, of course, if you didn't know, is the lead creative director on the WWE, now known as the W12 franchise, formerly known as SmackDown vs. Raw. And as a friendly reminder, for the last 4 to 5 weeks, we've been bringing you these weekly dev Q&As, answering your core gameplay questions. And as we said last week, we're getting really, really close to SummerSlam, which we've said that is really going to be the kind of first major tentpole where we start to unveil a lot about this game. But one thing I do want to speak to, actually, before we jump right into this, we've just announced our pre-order for W12. We told you guys about this last week. It's going to be very cool. Corey, how excited are you about The Rock being the pre-order for W12?
I don't really think there could be a bigger pre-order incentive than The Rock. And it's not just the old Rocks. We had the old Rock costume in the game in the past, but this is the current look Rock, which we've never been able to get into the game. So that's a big item. And obviously he's a big part of what's going on with the John Cena Rock WrestleMania main event. So, I mean, can it get any bigger than that? It's huge.
No.
You got it. It's a must-have, I think.
You're bringing it. Yeah. You're bringing it. What's your favorite, do you have like a favorite thing about The Rock in W12? Is something that you just really love, how this looks, how he came out, or how this move looks, or anything like that?
I think it's just, like I mentioned a little bit earlier, it's just it's exciting to get the current look in there because we haven't had it in the game in the past. So I think that's the most exciting thing because we've had The Rock in the past games, but this is totally different.
For sure.
To have his look, and so that you can recreate a lot of the cool things that are going on in WWE programming now in the game, in universe. You can now have the official Rock in there. So there's so many things you can do with it. So I think that's just in itself really exciting.
Absolutely. And the way this works, ladies and gentlemen, is you need to pre-order W12 to guarantee your Rock in your copy of W12, because limited copies of W12 are going to contain the Rock, and we can 100% guarantee you if you pre-order W12, you will get the Rock. And that's going to be pretty exciting for the millions and millions of you out there. We also ran a contest last week where we gave away an exclusive WWE All-Stars Mattel action figure featuring the late, great Randy Macho Man Savage. And our winner of that contest, again, no specific opinion on the comment here, but we asked you to leave a comment on our YouTubes, and we would just randomly pick a person who adhered to that.
Macho Man.
Based on the Macho Man, good Macho Man saying. So our winner is David PSP 2K9. Congratulations to you. I will be in contact. He did do a good job. We'll be in contact with you. We'll get your address, and so look out for a W Games YouTube message. This week, we're actually going to be giving away this awesome autobiography right here. It's, well, Tough Enough coach Bill DeMott. It's called The Last Laugh. It's an amazing book. And what's even cooler, he has autographed it. Check that out.
Boom.
Check that out. Bill DeMott.
That's awesome.
Autographed autobiography, just released, The Last Laugh. It's an amazing book, and he's an amazing Tough Enough coach. All you got to do to win this, just leave a comment on the video. That's it. It's pretty simple. So, Corey, are you ready?
Let's do it, yeah.
All right, let's get right into it. So this week we hit up our message boards, and first question comes to us from Sergey191. And he asks, did you add any reversal animations this year? What have you done to make reversals less predictable this year?
Less predictable. Yeah, we absolutely did add some new reversal animations. And the animations we added, I can't really go into which ones because they're tied to roster characters' moves. But really they're move-specific reversal animations. So we created a bunch of animations for certain moves that we want to have a really cool reversal for that move, and usually they're superstar signature finisher moves that we kind of do these cool reversals for, so the fans can expect to see a nice handful of those in this year. And the second part of the question was, have you done to make reversals less predictable? Yeah, we spent a lot of time really fine-tuning reversals in the window at which you can reverse. So before the point of contact in the game, we have a small little window in which it accepts the button input for the reversals, and so we went ahead and fine-tuned all those windows all over again. And so we mentioned a while back how we kind of completely took the game apart and put it back together again the right way.
For sure.
That was one of the parts that we did. We really just went in there and made sure that all those reversal windows make sense, they're consistent, because we found a lot of inconsistencies with them. Also, with the difficulty levels, those windows get smaller and smaller the the harder the difficulty level is. So it makes timing even more important on those harder difficulty levels. So I think they'll be less predictable, but it's nothing kind of drastic that's changed with the system per se. But I don't think with the harder difficulty levels, I don't think it'll be as predictable as in past games.
Good, and again, it's about improving the core gameplay, stripping that wrestling down, rebuilding it, making the game more competitive, smoother, more fun, and a reversal system is obviously that's the core component of wrestling.
Absolutely. Yeah.
If you're not on the offensive, you're on the defensive, and you're trying to reverse. So I think that's great. I think the fans should be excited about that.
Yeah, I think they're going to feel that difference.
Absolutely.
Without a doubt.
All right, next question comes to us from Ottavio Titato. He asks, can you give an example of a submission move that you cannot crawl to the ropes on versus one that you can?
Right. Yeah, without giving away moves again, because this is always a tricky one. They're all trying to trip me up here. It's like reveal.
You mean giving away moves which would give away someone on the roster?
Exactly.
Okay. That's what you really mean.
There are some generic moves that are in the breaking point submission system. A move like the surfboard stretch. Obviously, that's where you have your opponent way up, and you're holding both his legs and his arm, so he can't crawl to the ropes. That's kind of the obvious one. And a move like the Boston Crab is one where he has your legs and you're pressed against the mat with your chest and you can crawl to the rope. So to answer the question, we basically took the obvious submissions that make sense where you can crawl to the ropes and allow you to do that, and the ones where it just wasn't possible looking at the animation, it's not possible in the game. So I think those are some good examples.
All right, cool. Does that work for you, Ottavio? Hope so.
Hope so.
Chris KJ asks us, can you perform springboards like in WWE All-Stars? How are springboards performed in WWE12?
Right. One cool thing we did add this year, very similar to All-Stars, is the ability to do springboards while running towards the ropes. And that's something that they have in the All-Star system game. We do the same exact thing. So that wasn't in last year's game, but this year you can run against the ropes, springboard, and do those attacks. It's no one important. This is by far the most important thing going on.
It could be Chris KJ calling you. Okay, cool. Well, it sounds like you've got your answer, Chris, on springboards. Bringing over some of the inspiration there from All-Stars, which is another great thing. Yep. Adding to core gameplay, of course. Next question comes to us from Magic Murder Bag. He has
awesome.
Some of you guys have just crazy names. I just got to say it. Magic Murder Bag. Where do you think of that? Interesting. What specifically are the differences in difficulty levels? What did you do?
There's a lot that goes into difficulty levels. We talked a little bit about the reversal windows being smaller, so harder to reverse. Obviously, the frequency of the reversal for the AI, their ability to match the window is greater on the higher difficulty level, so you can't easily pull off moves. But really, a lot of it stems from the aggression level of the AI on the higher difficulty levels. So they are a lot quicker. They know exactly what they want to do. They're very aggressive in how they approach. I would say a lot more offensive than defensive. And as you get to the lower difficulty levels, you'll find maybe the AI is a little bit more defensive than offensive minded. So it keeps you on your toes. Also, the AI, we fine-tuned it a great deal to remove a lot of the extra thinking that was going on in the AI's brain. A lot of time the AI would kind of evaluate, where are all my options? What are the best options to do? We've kind of streamlined the AI to go ahead and already know kind of the best options and limit what their thinking is so that they're more focused on what am I going to do to beat you. Also, other aspects like the pin mechanic is more difficult on the higher difficulty levels. So when you do get pinned, you have that little small tiny window to go ahead and hit your meter so you can kick out.
Right.
That adds to the difficulty level as well. So there's really a lot of factors that go into making the game more difficult. And we made sure that, I said a number of times that the legendary difficulty is quite hard. I think our best player here is losing about 50 or 60% of the time on the legend difficulty.
You're losing 50 to 60% of the time on the legendary difficulty?
I'm not the best guy here.
Oh, okay, because I thought the creative director should be the best guy here. That's what I thought.
I'm the high level thinker. No, I mean, we have some great game designers that are really skilled at the game, and they play it all the time. And our best guy, he loses about 50 or 60% of the time, which we think is a great range, right? And something that I've heard people say is that when you're trying to win, you get a good shot at winning. If you're showboating and messing around, you make a wrong step here and there, the AI is going to take advantage of that and really hold you to that, and it, has a higher possibility of getting the win. So we really like the balance right now. We think it's fun, competitive, but not frustrating like a reversal fest or anything like that.
So showboating, you would be your Zack Ryder in.
Yeah.
And hardcore wrestling would be your Daniel Bryan.
And that was actually a Marcus comment. He threw that out at me, so I thought that was a good job by Marcus.
Of course. Next question comes to us from Ricky D. He asks, has the running apron attack been fixed for W12? Can you now do moves running on the apron like in SmackDown 2010?
Yes.
Sweet. All right, next question. Yes.
Yes, it's been fixed.
All right, there you go.
We were aware of that problem. We made sure right away that we fixed that, and our designers kind of double checking every once in a while, because sometimes things break in the game when you're fixing a lot of things. Sometimes you fix something, all of a sudden something else isn't working. We continue to check that and make sure, is it working, and it has been this entire time. So fans can expect to see that in WWE 12.
Cool, simple. See, ask the simple questions, you get the simple answers.
Yeah.
Next question, were you able to mocap some of the moves for lower card superstars versus main eventers? From Greg Gagne sucks.
Greg Gagne sucks.
Greg Gagne. Does he mean Eric Gagne?
I don't know.
Former Dodger closer? Sorry. Giants fan. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Dodger fan.
Yeah. Let's not get into that.
Let's not.
Yeah, we mocap moves for everyone on the roster. We try not to kind of, do more moves, I guess, for the main eventers than the lower card guys. We try to have equality with our mocap. But some of the main eventers, there's more footage of them. They have a bigger repertoire of moves that they're doing, so naturally you might need a mocap more for them. And they're the more played characters, so sometimes we might fall into that where they get maybe one or two more moves than maybe the lower card guys. But we really try to make sure everyone's equal and everyone's accurate in the game. And so I don't think it's too much of a problem. I think we have we did a lot of mocap for the lower card guys, so I don't think fans would be disappointed by that.
All right, cool. And especially when we reveal our full roster at SummerSlam coming up to you guys in a couple weeks, you will learn who the lower card superstars and the main eventers are that are in the game.
It's a big roster, yeah. And there's some exciting mystery teasers we have in that roster reveal, cool DLC, so it's going to be exciting.
Unlockables and all the loot. Final question comes to us from Franchiser1. He says, what are your thoughts on moveset DLC? You asked us earlier in the year, are there chances of that for W12?
Yeah, we're big proponents of this. We really want to try to make it happen. To be honest and straightforward, we haven't gotten all our ducks in a row yet for this to happen, but we're really pushing hard for this to be a big part of one of our later DLC drops. Because there's a lot of moves we want to get in there. Not just moves, entrances, anything animation related we'd love to get in. So it hasn't been 100% officially confirmed or anything like that, but just rest assured that the dev team's working really hard to possibly offer that.
That's great. And I know this year we just had our general manager in here, and we were talking about trying to increase our post-launch support after this game comes out. Really looking at what the community is saying, looking at what you guys are saying, and doing our best. So again, not making any promises here, but rest assured now with a dedicated community management team and a great creative director and a great development team and doing things like this, this is just one step closer to us committing to the community, to supporting you guys as best we can. And we really want to drive competition and all things like that. So that's great.
I think the fans are really just excited about the level of interactivity that's going on.
I think so too.
Because it just wasn't like that in the years past. And so, I think now their voice is heard. They get direct feedback from the community team, the dev team. We're addressing feedback, so they're a big part of actually creating the game. So this level of interactivity has not only been great for the fans, I think they're loving it, but also for the dev team, we really appreciate it. It's changing the way the game is coming together based on their feedback. So
absolutely, and it's great to just even have a simple non-gameplay video like this and get 20,000 views answering your questions and seeing how passionate and interested you guys are in learning more about the core gameplay details. So with that, I'm going to remind you guys once again, this beautiful autobiography, really intense, really amazing. It's a biography, Build a Mod by author Scott Teal. The Last Laugh, it's available now in stores, obviously. But if you leave a comment on our YouTube video, you might win an autographed Build a Mod biography with a really cool bookmark, too. So check that out.
Bill's been around for a long time. He actually helped us out with mocap a number of years back. Super nice guy, and because he's been around, he's got great stories. So I mean, I haven't read it yet, but I heard it's a great book. I'm looking forward to reading it. So that's a cool cool little giveaway there.
Absolutely. I don't
He signed it too. That's awesome.
He signed it. You know, tough enough trainer, and in my opinion, my favorite tough enough trainer. Hope I don't get. Well, I'll just leave it at that. And that's the bottom line, obviously. Well, anyways, that's all we got for you guys this week. Thank you once again. Go pre-order WWE 12. You can hit us up at wwe.thq/buy to secure your pre-order with The Rock. You can follow us again on facebook.com/WWE Games or twitter.com/WWE Games. And of course, you can follow at Real Corey Ledesma on Twitter and his action figure pals. That's all we got, and we'll see you next week. Keep posting your questions, and we're coming at you.
Finally! There's only one man that can captivate the world! After 7 long years, finally! The great one, the most electrifying man in all of entertainment, the jabroni beating, pie eating, trail blazing, eyebrow raising, step off the brink, put your foot on the gas, people's champ, The Rock! If you smell what The Rock is cooking.
Pre-order WWE 12 today and get the most electrifying man in all of entertainment.
The